Good evening. I am Kevin Stevens, President of the Navy League of the United States Lake County Council. We welcome you to our special presentation of the 2020 Naval Station Great Lakes Sailor of the Year Awards. We are grateful to the 8 commands represented tonight for their leadership and collaboration to make this virtual event possible. Leadership of the commands at Naval Station Great Lakes has been extraordinary throughout the past year, and the results have been a continuity of the excellence that has long been represented here at the Gateway to the Navy. Our Navy continues to thrive in the face of adversity, and it is represented no better than through the work of the numerous commands here in North Chicago. The Navy League of the United States, founded in 1902 with the support of President Theodore Roosevelt, serves as a nonprofit, civilian, educational, and advocacy organization supporting America's sea services, the Navy, Marine Corps, Coast Guard, and U.S. Flag Merchant Marine. Through our national, regional, and local programs, the Navy League of the United States provides a powerful voice to educate the public and Congress on the importance of our sea services to our nation's defense, well-being, and economic prosperity. The Navy League provides support to our sea services personnel and their families and youth programs that expose young people to the values of our sea services, including the Navy Sea Cadet Corps, Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps, and Young Marines. One of our key programs supporting morale for our active duty sailors is our Sailor of the Year recognition program. The Sailor of the Year program recognizes sailors who best represent the large number of dedicated professionals serving in the world's greatest Navy. The Sailor of the Year candidate is typified by a history of sustained superior performance, command impact, mission contribution, proven leadership, dedication to self-improvement, outstanding professionalism, and superior personal appearance. They epitomize the characteristics of the Navy creed of honor, courage, and commitment. The 8 commands represented here today have individually selected awardees from across their command spectrum, from Blue Jacket of the Year up to Senior Enlisted Sailor of the Year. The Lone Sailor signifies the men and women who have served, are serving, or will serve in the Navy. He's called the Lone Sailor, yet he is hardly ever alone. He's about 25 years old, a senior second-class petty officer who is fast becoming a seagoing veteran. He has done it all: fired weapons in war, provided humanitarian assistance in faraway lands, been attacked by the enemy and defended our freedom. He has made liberty calls in great cities and tiny villages, where he was a tourist, ambassador, adventurer, friend, and missionary to those less fortunate. His shipmates remember him with pride and look up to him with respect. The Lone Sailor is an iconic symbol of the Navy Memorial's mission to honor, recognize, and celebrate the men and women of the sea services, past, present, and future, and to inform the public about their service. Tonight, the Navy League of the United States Lake County Council is honored to recognize these outstanding sailors for their achievement with the presentation of our Lone Sailor Award. Mike Stevens retired from the United States Navy in September of 2016 after serving as the 13th Master Chief Petty Officer of the Navy. In his 33-year Navy career, Mike's various assignments included all technical and leadership levels of aircraft maintenance. His assignments included helicopter crew chief, Navy recruiter, officer candidate school instructor, and class chief petty officer. He served as the command master chief in a variety of operational commands, as well as Helicopter Sea Combat Wing Atlantic, U.S. Second Fleet, and U.S. Fleet Forces Command. He also served as a board advisor for the National Museum of the American Sailor and the Global War on Terror Memorials Foundation. He is an honor graduate and the recipient of the prestigious Peter Tomich Award for Exceptional Military Excellence from the Senior Enlisted Academy. His personal awards include Navy Distinguished Service Medal, Legion of Merit, Meritorious Service Medal, Navy and Marine Corps Commendation Medal, Navy and Marine Corps Achievement Medal, and Coast Guard Achievement Medal. Mike is currently serving as the National Executive Director for the Navy League of the United States. Mike, thank you so much for joining us tonight to celebrate our outstanding Great Lakes sailors.
Thank you, Kevin. And I got to tell you, I really appreciate your last name. I wonder if you and I have relations anywhere. But thank you very much for the opportunity this evening, this fine Friday evening, to spend some time with the Lake County Council and all these sailors that have done such amazing work and obviously are deserving of the awards in which they've received based on all the write-ups that came through and the fact that the Navy League of the United States has looked through those write-ups and determined also that these awards are very much deserving. So thank you, Kevin, for this. Again, thank you for this opportunity. I wanted to take the chance, or I want to take the time here this evening to talk a little bit about the Lake County Council, the Navy League, and the importance of an evening like this. The Navy League's mission of education, advocacy, and support is something that we take very seriously. And that third leg that I just mentioned, support, covers a lot of different areas. But one of those areas is what we're doing this evening. It is the recognition of sailors through awards programs such as Sailor of the Year, Sailor of the Quarter, etc. And so, Kevin, I want to thank you and your council for supporting that leg of, of the Navy League mission, and for taking the time this evening to put this together. For all those that are watching, all the sailors that are watching, I want you to take note that these volunteers for the Navy League, they could be doing something else this evening, and they could be doing something else with their lives. But instead, they've chosen to continue to serve through volunteerism, to dedicate their time, their personal resources, because none of them get paid to do this. And they do this because they care deeply about our sea services. They care deeply about our Navy specifically tonight. And they want to make sure that they're paying back to those who serve our country. And many of them have served their country as well. So as you move through your life, one day, your service will be complete and you'll go into the private sector and you'll try to figure out what you're going to do for an employment. And then hopefully you'll also make a decision to do what these fine Navy Leaguers are doing here this evening, and that is continue to serve in a philanthropic and a volunteerism sort of way. I can't express enough the gratitude that I personally have, and I know that all the members at headquarters here in Washington, D.C. Navy League have for the support that these Navy League members continue to give and to give back. So Kevin, to you and to all the members of your council, I express my heartfelt thanks for your continued service and what you're doing here this evening and what you've done for many, many years as volunteers of the Navy League. Next, I'd like to just talk a little bit about, so this is an evening to recognize and acknowledge the hard work and, the awards that these sailors are going to or have received, and the Navy League is going to present them with their own award in recognition of these Sailor of the Year awards that they've received. But I thought it was important also to take a moment to share with the young sailors that are receiving these awards, the work and the effort that their own commands, their chief petty officers, the commanding officers put into ensuring that these recognitions take place. And I share this with you, much like I just talked about these Navy Leaguers, is that there's going to be a time when you're going to have to, or at least you should, through a sense of duty, reciprocate to the sailors that are going to be under your charge, much in the same way that the chief's mess and the wardroom has reciprocated towards you in these awards. So it's a lot of work to, people take these things for granted, but I can speak from experience, many years of experience, that it's a lot of work to take the time to, announce the Sailor of the Year process, to start, talking with the chief's mess and the wardroom about submissions, and then going through applications and packages, and then holding these various sailors and instructor of the year boards that take place, and just all the logistics and the time and everything that goes into this. And sometimes, and again, I speak from experience, sometimes when you receive an award, we oftentimes forget about all the back office, back work that takes place to get you to this point. You're going to be, I suspect that many of you, because it seems like if you're here tonight, that you're probably on track to do bigger and better things. And many of you are going to be chief petty officers. Some of you will end up in the wardroom, and that's the time when you have to remember not to be selfish, but to be selfless, and make sure that you're doing the same thing to recognize the sailors that, as I mentioned earlier, are under your charge. The last 6 weeks, I spent probably at least 3 to 4 nights a week talking to chief petty officers around the world during the CPO initiation process through Zoom calls and team calls, etc. And one of the things that we talked about was what it takes to recognize and advance sailors to the rank of chief petty officers. And what I talked to them about is there's a lot of very good sailors out there that will never become chief petty officers or will never get promoted into the wardroom, because unfortunately there's folks out there that are doing great things, but they're not being recognized for it. And the reason that they're not being recognized is leadership. In some areas of the Navy, leadership is not rolling up their sleeves and doing the hard work that is necessary to make sure that those that are deserving are receiving the appropriate amount of attention and awards and evaluations, etc., that help a sailor establish, build the type of pedigree or resume, and we call it a package when it goes before a board. They're not taking the time to help them, put that together. And so these sailors that are actually very deserving never get a good look for chief petty officer, or never get a good look for an LDO program or an officer program. Not because they're not doing their part, it's because leadership's not doing their part. So if you're here tonight, that means that the leadership that you work with that's responsible for helping you to get to the next level is doing what they're supposed to be doing. So when we receive these awards, oftentimes we look inwardly and we say to ourselves, I deserve this. I worked hard. I've sacrificed. I've done this. And maybe that's true. But let's never forget that if someone wasn't doing the work that's necessary to recognize you, that all that hard work and sacrifice would not be brought forward, and you would not be presented with the opportunity. So, I know sometimes when we have these, when we speak in front of a group of sailors like this, we feel like the conversation needs to be all about the sailor. And I just wanted to take a moment to say, sometimes it's okay to take a knee and to be grateful and be humble about the things that are being done for you, and to recognize the people that have supported you and more than likely will continue to support you. Because if we don't have those conversations, you one day may just take for granted that these things happen by themselves, and they don't. It requires a lot of work to get to this point. Okay, with that being said, let me shift gears and say, we are, the Navy is, your families are extremely proud of you. And we thank you for all of your hard work your and your family's sacrifices that it takes to receive these types of accolades. You should feel not prideful, but proud of your accomplishments, because they're well deserved. They're well deserved. You've worked hard to get to this point. I'm very, very excited for you. You know, it's moments like this that as time goes on, you're going to look back and you're going to cherish. You're going to remember this evening and the fact that these Navy Leaguers took the time out of their day to make sure that you were appropriately recognized. And so you should feel good about that. Lastly, what I want to talk about a little bit is leadership, because if you're in this position tonight, it's highly likely that you've been identified, recognized as a future more senior leader in the Navy, because some of you are first class, second class petty officers, third classes. And so in your own right, you've been in positions of leadership. But these types of events, these types of recognitions are also a recognition that the Navy feels that you're destined for more responsibility. And with that responsibility will come greater accountability. And there's things that you need to think about, that you need to do to make sure that you're ready for the next levels, not just level, but levels of leadership. And those things that I want to talk to you about real quickly are what I call the pillars of leadership fitness. And so leadership fitness and the pillars that I believe, and I hope that you believe, are important. And they're not all encompassing, but these four, I think, really kind of hit the mark. And this is leadership fitness in the areas of physical fitness, mental fitness, moral fitness, and spiritual fitness. So physical, mental, moral, and spiritual fitness. So those four pillars. You know, physical fitness isn't just about being physically strong. It's also about being mentally strong. It's about being able to be resilient. It's about being able to manage stress appropriately. It's also about helping you to ensure that you're able to do your job in such a way that the Navy requires you to do it, because many of the jobs we do require a level of physical effort, and physical fitness has to be a part of that. And so I hope that all of you are taking the time each day, each week, every month, and throughout the years to do your part to ensure that you are physically ready for the demands and the rigors of the job of serving in the United States Navy. There's much more to that, but in the spirit of time, I want to make sure that I just hit the wave tops on these four pillars. The mental aspect of leadership fitness is ensuring that we never stop learning, that we are always turning the pages of a book, looking to take a college course, looking to get a certification, looking towards getting a qualification, right? Each day you should do something that stimulates your mind, that helps you to become better at your job, because the more senior you become, the more that's going to be expected of you. And, you know, having the answers ready is a great thing, but equally important as that is knowing where to go to get the answers. And sometimes those answers that you're looking for are not things that are in Navy publications or rating manuals. You know, those are things that you learn by just being out there in the formal and informal academic world. You know, I would submit to you, I wouldn't be here with you tonight if I hadn't have embarked over 20 years ago, well over 20 years ago, on a professional reading program. You know, reading every single day, spending 20, 30 minutes, 5 days a week, turning the pages of a book, learning, trying to, you know, keep the mind stimulated, learning through the experience of others, through the books that you read, is something that's very, very important. And in my own personal case, I will tell you, it's one of the most important things that I've ever made the decision to do. Probably one of the, at least the top 5 for sure. And then there's the moral fitness piece, you know, and I will just say there's much to the moral fitness, but in a nutshell, it's about doing the right thing. It's about doing the right thing for yourself, and it's about doing the right thing because the sailors that you lead, in many, many ways, they become who you are. And if you're a good and decent and moral person, and you possess the reverence, the influence that's required to be a good leader, and the sailors under your charge are paying close attention to you, in many ways, they won't even recognize it in many ways, but they become who you are. And so if you want the people that you lead to do the right thing, to be that role model sailor, then it's important that you become that person first. Because if you're not, they may become who you are, and that won't be in a good way. Right? So physical, mental, moral, and then there's spiritual fitness. It's something that everybody, you should take the time to make sure that you're taking care of your soul. Right? If you're a person of faith, then don't forget about that. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself spiritually. Make sure you take the time to decompress and to meditate if that's what you want to do. But you have to take care of your inner self as much as you do your outer self. And for me, that's also something very important. And I wanted to make sure that if it's important to you, to don't ignore that, right? So leadership fitness is about physical, mental, moral, and spiritual fitness, those things. So again, I wanted to thank the Lake County Navy League Council for their sacrifice and their dedication and putting their time and resources to ensuring that our Navy is strong and that our sailors in this particular venue are recognized. You're doing a great job, Kevin, you and your team. So thank you for that. To all those sailors out there, remember, in summary, these sorts of things don't just happen. Somebody, again, has to roll up their sleeves, put pen to paper, have the conversations, hold the boards, and make sure that you're putting in the time when it is your time to recognize the sailors under your charge. And then lastly, remember, sailors will become who you are. So be strong, be fit in the area of leadership fitness, and you will set a fine example for them to follow. And one day you'll be attending this event on the other side of the table, if you know what I mean. So Kevin, it's been a privilege and a pleasure just to share a few words with these magnificent sailors serving our country, to recognize them and their families, and spend time with the Lake County. Thank you very much, and God bless everyone.
Well, I say, you talk about privilege, and it truly is a privilege. And thank you, MCPON Stevens, for the inspirational guidance. I was going to say comments, but guidance is more appropriate. It is truly a pleasure to have you join us for the presentation tonight. It's also an honor to work with you in the Navy League in your continued journey of personal service to and for our servants. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for us to recognize our awardees individually and by command. We begin with the Naval Station Command at Great Lakes.
Naval Station Great Lakes, Blue Jacket of the Year, YN3, Samantha Monreal. Naval Station Great Lakes, Junior Sailor of the Year, YN2, SWAW, Lacey Kreco. Naval Station Great Lakes, Sailor of the Year, RP1, SWAW, Austin Sims. Recruit Training Command, Junior Instructor of the Year, OS2, SWAW, Dominiqua Vance. Recruit Training Command, Mid-Grade Instructor of the Year, HM1, FMF, SWAW, James Johnson. Recruit Training Command, Senior Instructor of the Year, DCC, SW, Ryan Reffitt. Recruit Training Command, Recruit Division Commander of the Year, MM1, SWAW, Sarah Sanders. Training Support Center, Great Lakes, Junior Instructor of the Year, MM2 SWAW, Capricia L. Portis. Training Support Center, Great Lakes, Senior Instructor of the Year, FCC SW Rosalie A. Sprouse. Training Support Center, Great Lakes, Junior Sailor of the Year, MA2 SWAW, Cedric C. Hooser. Training Support Center, Great Lakes, Senior Sailor of the Year, DC1 SW, Jordan K. Belcher.
The Junior Sailor of the Year for Navy Medicine Readiness Training Command, Great Lakes, HM3 Emilio McRae. The Sailor of the Year for Navy Medicine Readiness Training Command, Great Lakes, HM2 Darren Hogan. The Senior Sailor of the Year for Naval Medicine Readiness Training Command, Great Lakes, HM1 Adam Hubert.
Navy Operations Support Center, Blue Jacket of the Year, FTS, PS3 Juan M. Herta. Navy Operations Support Center, Junior Sailor of the Year, FTS, PS2, Simber S. Murphy. Navy Operations Support Center, Sailor of the Year, FTS, IT1, IW, SCW, Noah S. Schrader. Navy Operations Support Center, Sailor of the Year, CELRES, HT1, SW, Brian W. Gearhart. Center for Surface Combat Systems Unit, Junior Instructor of the Year, BM2, SWAW, Michael John Lee James Jr. Center for Surface Combat Systems, Mid-Grade Instructor of the Year, GM1, SWAW, IW, Emily Beth Miller. Center for Surface Combat Systems Unit, Senior Instructor of the Year, GMC, SW, EXW, Jonathan David Eddy. Center for Surface Combat Systems Unit, Junior Sailor of the Year, OS2, SWAW, Arotis Miguel Baez. Center for Surface Combat Systems Unit, Sailor of the Year, IC1 SW, Robert Donald Copeland. Surface Warfare Engineering School Command, Great Lakes, Junior Instructor of the Year, MR2 SWAW, Corbin A. Gollier. Surface Warfare Engineering School Command, Great Lakes, Instructor of the Year, DC1, SWAW, IW, Daniel C. Haley. Surface Warfare Engineering School Command, Great Lakes, Senior Instructor of the Year, AMC, SWAW, Corey K. Petrie. Surface Warfare Engineering School, Great Lakes, Junior Sailor of the Year, MM1, SWAW, Beverly A. Rodriguez. Surface Warfare Engineering School, Command, Great Lakes, Sailor of the Year, HT1, SW, Ryan R. McGee. Navy Band Great Lakes, Blue Jacket of the Year, MU3, Andrew Gusikin. Navy Band Great Lakes, Junior Sailor of the Year, MU2, Whitney Adams.
Congratulations to our awardees. It is truly an honor to support and serve our Vital Sea services. This program is truly a highlight of our personal participation in the mission of the Navy League of the United States. Thank you for joining us tonight for this wonderful opportunity to recognize the best of the best from the Naval Station Great Lakes Commands. A special thank you to MCPON Mike Stevens and his staff for supporting our program, and a personal thank you to the board of the Lake County Council of the Navy League for helping produce this program. We are grateful for the continued support of the Granger Foundation and Northrop Grumman Corporation. Their contributions are vital to this and other Lake County Council programs. Please visit NavyLeague.org and explore what the Navy League is all about. Consider joining us in supporting our sea services and the mission to defend freedom and democracy across the globe. We wish you well, and we wish you fair seas and following winds until we meet again. Good night.